You can actually see the mic in shot today, which is a bit different. Come with me, we're going to go and look at some Oldhammer Chaos Space Marines. Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader.
Likes!
Now it's time for our next adventure into the realm of Chaos Space Marines with some generic Chaos Renegades. These Chaos Space Marines were also released in August of 1988 alongside the Emperor's Children from before, here's a link, with the ordering code of RC3101. Again, I assume RC means Realm Chaos, not Realms of Chaos, just Realm Chaos. These Chaos Renegades would cost you £2.50 for 3, which is less than £1 per Marine, and again, these were metal miniatures. So first up out of the gates is your typical Chaos Space Marine. He has the face armour and weapons in the style that you might expect, an everyman Chaos Marine if you will. Now his helmet looks just like the Chaos Warrior helmets of the era, and it's up to you if you think that's a good thing or not. To me, it's good. He is armed with one of the most detailed looking bolters I think I've ever seen. Just look at all the pipes, cables and veins on that. It actually looks a lot like the Space Orc Raider bolters. So did Kev Adams sculpt this one? His armour is a pale green and red combination, which I think gives off World Eater or Khorne vibes. I couldn't be certain though. What do you guys think? Now the best bit by far though is those little evil sons gurning faces on the knees. Do you think they talk to each other? That would be incredible. Just like the door knockers in Labyrinth. Now we're referencing Labyrinth again. Let's go! Now for some reason I seem to have Labyrinth on the brain at the moment. We're making a lot of Labyrinth movie and David Bowie references of late. I don't know why that is. I've seen some Ziggy Stardust references in some artwork. Dodgy chair here, and I still believe that Labyrinth is set in the warp. I do miss David Bowie, you know. Marine number 2, Night Lord's Boogaloo is here now, and he is very blue. Blue, blue, electric blue, that's the colour of my room where I will sit. Blue, blue. It's not really electric blue though, is it? Oh, by the way, that was my best David Bowie impression. Now this Marine has a very interesting looking helmet that looks a little like a hockey mask, or maybe the mask from the Splatterhouse series of games. Do the years line up for that influence? Man, I do miss Splatterhouse. Splatterhouse, my word, my autocorrect is onto something there. It sounds like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Or buffet, if you're feeling a little more posh. He has a rather large fist, which could be a power fist, although the presence of some spiky bits, or teeth, imply it could perhaps be a chain fist, or just a power knuckle. The bolter again looks like one of the Space Orc Raider bolters. It even has that super strange barrel that looks like someone glued a wine glass on the tip. For me though, the standout part is the old school Night Lord's logo. It's a red bat, just like the 1960s Batman logo off the side of the Batmobile. You don't see much of that back in the day, sadly it gets replaced quite fast. It's a shame, as I really like it. Now this next one looks like an Imperial Fist, a Renegade Imperial Fist, and I say that because it's yellow and Imperial Fists are yellow. The face on this one looks a lot like the Terminators that would come along later. It's the same sort of shape and even has the rectangular space jockey facepipe. The horns are extra though. This Renegade Marine is equipped what I think is a bolter. It has the appearance of the early heavy bolters from around the same era. They sort of had square barrels. They looked quite good actually. I wonder why they got rid of those. We can also see a studded leather sweatband, although I'm not sure wiping your sweat with that would be a very good idea. Usually the studded leather is an indicator of Slaanesh or the Emperor's Children. Maybe this chap would like to join them. Now, why is it we never really see yellow Chaos Space Marines? Are there any Renegade chapters out there that are yellow? I don't think I can think of a single one, unless you count Imperial Fists as Renegades. Oh, apart from this one, obviously. He's yellow. He's the only one. Now wait a minute, this guy isn't new. I'm sure we've seen this one before. He came out as a limited edition miniature just a few months ago. He even managed to be on the cover of White Dwarf 99. Anyway, he's a green Chaos Renegade. He has a tentacle for an arm and a very organic looking bolter, which I like. It's hard to make out, but above his head are what look like a pair of teeny tiny horns. They're also painted in the same colour as the backpack, so they sort of blend in. Also, the face on his belly is fabulous. Now, remember the metallic paints of the late 80s? Well, this one looks like he might have been painted with them. It reminds me of the green from that famous Dark Angels Captain miniature. You know, the good one. But knowing the painting team at the time and their methods, it was possibly a green wash over a metallic base. Now, I think this might be the first Renegade we've seen with a bear face. And when I say bear, I mean half of it. The other half is covered in what we now know as a rebreather, I think. He has two tiny little nub horns on the top of his head, which are quite amusing. They look a bit like metal nipples, and between them is what looks like a chrome slit. A little rude, so I'm going to assume he has to be Slaanesh. When it comes to weaponry, the Marine has been equipped to a typical standard. He has a bolter, which is a weird bony flesh colour, and a chainsword. Again, I can't tell if it's a chainsword hand or if it's just the angle which prevents us seeing how he's holding it. Do any of you guys know who has the sculpt to hand? We can also see an early instance of the Chaos Star here. Now, it looks like a starfish, not a chocolate starfish, crawling up his armour. One of the big ones that eat coral. Is that the crown of thorns? Horrible old things. Stop eating my coral, starfish. I actually really like this guy. Now, in my new studio here, which we have yet to get going, I have this. It's a carrier bag from the food warehouse. And on here, you turn it the other way, it says big deals, big choice, big packs. And also in this small print here, it says, if you're enjoying this video, then please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. That means you, Barney. If you are enjoying the content here on the channel, then please consider joining the Patreon, the link to which is in the description below, or up here somewhere. Quick! Someone call Captain America! The Red Skull is here! No, it's just another Chaos Space Marine. He's a fantastic teal colour, so maybe this one is Alpha Legion. The backpack is black, so I'm wondering if they just forgot to stick it on when they painted it.
Oh shit, I forgot to paint the backpack. I've only primed it.
Don't worry, Bob. Just stick it on.
As I said before, the face of this one is like a bloody skull, just like Johann Schmidt. He also has a matching watch, which is lovely. Imagine if your watch matched your face. I had a Mickey Mouse watch once. Do you reckon Mickey Mouse has a Mickey Mouse watch? The Marine is equipped with a bolter, again, and again it's one of those organic looking ones that look more like a Tyrannid weapon. This one also has a chainsaw on the end, and chainsaw bayonets are awesome. Now, one question for you today is, did Gears of War steal from Warhammer? Did someone actually steal from Games Workshop for once, instead of them stealing everything from others? Let me know. Now this guy is looking very suave. He's a Chaos Space Marine, and we know that because this is a video about Chaos Space Marines. He's a wonderful light blue-green colour, a little like these Sons of Horus, which is a colour that seems to change every 5 minutes. He has a sort of mechanical horned head. It reminds me of a stag beetle or something. Do you think he can hold things with that? He's also been blessed with slightly different weapons to what we've seen so far. A chainsword, which we have seen, and a flamer. At least I think it's a flamer. It's either that or a spray gun. Maybe he goes around putting graffiti on things. It would explain all the kill and death to the Emperor graffiti you see dotted around in the Rogue Trader era. It was him! The chainsword is cool. It's a bit like a face eating the blade. Now, knowing Chaos, it's possible this chainsword is actually alive, or possessed, a living weapon if you will. Now, I was going to ask if it could talk again, but it's not going to be able to say much with a chainsword in its mouth. Now, on his shoulder pads, he has what look to be chicken feet reaching around. A chicken feet reach around, huh? It's Slanesh again. His right hand has that lobster-style armour. At least I think it's called lobster, you know, with the overlapping plates. But the other is all sort of biomechanical, sort of like when Arnold Schwarzenegger opens his wrist up in the Terminator movies. I can't remember if that scene was the first or second one, but I'm sure one of you will let me know. Alright, so which of those Chaos Renegades was your favourite? I'm going to go with that old Night Lords because of the old bat logo there. If you want to see some more Oldhammer videos, and I know you do, then check out the playlist up here somewhere. As always, thank you very much for subscribing. You might have subscribed, thank you for that. As always, thank you very much for watching, and always remember to drill your barrels. Bye-bye!